It's just gone 9 minutes after 2 o'clock right here on The Element, your favorite hip-hop playground, where we do it all for the love of hip-hop. So I did say that I will have an incredible guest in this hour from now until 3 o'clock. He might be here. Is he here? Are you here?
I'm here. I'm here. We all here.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here.
It's a bit hectic today, but we're going to have a good time. We were having some roasting sessions over there. How you feeling now?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Turn around. Let's try it again. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Are you sure? Should you be feeling this good?
I'm feeling real good.
Should you be worried?
No.
Are you like a lamb to the slaughter and you just don't know?
I'm a wolf.
Are you? Oh, well, alrighty then. Damn it. What's up, Mason?
Wolfman. Yeah, that's me.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So for those who are not familiar with this voice, who are you? Why are you here? And why should we care?
They told me I have to come do an interview.
Gee, thanks.
No, I'm joking. I'm an artist. I'm Ason. Just making music. Building on the come up, trying to do what I gotta do, and that's why I'm here. Let people hear me, and hopefully they like me and my music. So yeah.
So a lot of people got introduced to you on the joint that I just played, Stogie T, the last OG.
Shout out to Stogie.
Shout out to Stogie. I have to say shout out to you as well. So we were out there at the Empire of Sheep Live.
Oh, you were there?
Duh.
Crazy.
Of course I was there. Who do you think I am? Anyway, we'll talk about that. It's fine. So we were out there, and I remember there was a part in the set where Stogie was like, yeah, so we done. And I remember I was like, we're not done, the last OG.
Oh.
And I think it was the bass player turned around and looked at me like, yo. And I'm like, well, it's on the album.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard it.
Heard it, yeah.
And then you came out.
Yeah.
And it was an instant party.
Woo.
So shout out to you. You are quite the performer.
Thank you.
So let's go through your history a little bit. So the way that it's going to work today, I've always got tricks up my sleeve.
Yeah.
I always do things a little bit differently. So this first half, we are going to get to know you in the conventional way. Like, where are you from? Where did you grow up? How did you grow up?
Yeah.
And how you came to love hip-hop the way that you do.
Hip-hop.
Hip-hop with Ogo. Ooh, it's a lot today. Then in the second half, my favorite half, we're going to make it interesting. I'm not going to let you know until just before, but you're going to be okay.
Yeah,
so,
fine.
Where are you from? How did you grow up? Where? And how did we get here?
Where am I from? I'm from Mozambique. And then I lived there for till I was 6 or 7.
So wait, can you speak Portuguese?
Yeah, fluently.
Teach me some.
Hola, sou Aziza. Hello, I'm Aziza.
One more time.
Hola, hi, so I am Aziza.
Hola, sou Aziza.
Yeah, there you go.
Sentence, baby.
Wait. Drop a bomb for us right there.
I got an air horn. Hold on.
Oh, you got an air horn? Yeah, drop an air horn right there. Bam, 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 bam. Ooh. Okay, there we go.
Thanks, guys.
To keep it going, so I was born in Mozambique. Lived there till I was 6 or 7. Then I moved to the U.S. Because my dad's work. Lived there till 13, 14, and that's why I sound the way I sound.
And which part of the U.S.?
Virginia. In Northern Virginia. And then I moved back to Mozambique for a year when my parents switched jobs and whatever. And then I moved here to South Africa because I was playing soccer and stuff in Pretoria. Actually, he was there too. He was. For
those who can't see,
Sean. He's gonna be one of the biggest, or probably the biggest, videographer, cinematographer. And then one day he's probably gonna have a crazy.
Are you sure? Because I got my dude here as well.
No, I'm positive. My guy beats your guy.
Let's not do that. We already got off to a rocky start. And you must understand, I don't just have one guy.
Okay.
I've got 3.
No, I got one.
And a lady.
Oh, okay.
What now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, we gonna have to see, but you know what I'm saying? We're going. He's crazy, but yeah. I trust your guys too. No disrespect.
I know. Let me tell you guys something. Ever since Ason arrived, it's just been a lot of disrespect. Off air, now he's bringing it on air, and I'm trying to be a nice person because, you know, this is actually my show. I'm being a host.
I might take over for a bit, for 1 hour.
You know what? I'm going to give him a chance to collect himself. I'm going to play Ason with Reach, and then we're going to come back and actually see who owns this here turf, because this really ain't it. It's just gone 17 minutes after 2 o'clock. There's a lot happening. I'm causing infighting within the camp. But let me bring it on air and just address something right quick. So the streets is talking.
Yeah.
And the streets say that you suck at FIFA.
Look, I'm probably the best FIFA player on earth.
What makes you think that?
I never lost.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I never lost. Like, I only lose like when I see someone look sad. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna let you win.
So you have lost. You see, now your credibility.
I have lost, but not when I want to.
See, now your credibility is questionable because you just said I never lost, but now you say actually I have. I just chose to. Which is it?
Okay, I lost sometimes.
You lost sometimes.
Yeah.
Are you sulking?
No.
Are you sure?
It's fine. Yeah, I'm good. It's just FIFA. It's just FIFA.
It's just FIFA. Yeah, that's what the losers say. So, we were talking about you being in Virginia and then coming to South Africa.
Yeah.
Take me through that one more time.
Okay, so in Virginia, living there, like in the U.S., my parents decided to move back. So I come back. I'm in I wanted to play soccer, so I had to move to the closest place that I could like do it at a high level and it could actually go somewhere. So I was like, yo, can I go to Europe or something or try out? And my parents were like, the closest we'll let you go at that age. The closest we'll let you go is South Africa. And then I ended up finding a school or a team that seemed like it was going to build me up to what I wanted.
What team?
So Tux.
Okay.
Tux in Pretoria. So I ended up moving here, and then I was playing soccer, obviously, and then that's why I'm here. And then I ended up kind of just staying. I got an injury. Everyone says this, but I actually got an injury.
Okay, slow down. Okay. Because you came here, with the intention to play soccer.
Yes.
But now you're sitting in front of me, which means you are no longer a soccer player.
Yes.
So how did that happen? What happened? What injury was this?
What injury? So like I was literally training to go, like, no cap, like I was training to go to Europe. Like I had one trial in Turkey, and they said I was too small, so I was putting on weight and all this stuff. Like I had a trainer, all these things, and then I was just playing for fun. Like I was living in Cape Town at this time because I had moved from Pretoria to Cape Town because I didn't like the team that I was playing for in Pretoria.
Okay.
So when I was just playing by where I used to live, I literally put like my foot in a hole type thing, and it like stayed, and then I turned and my knee and like just my whole knee like kind of just, you know what I mean? So from there it was kind of like the physio looked at me like, yo, you could get this fixed, but you got to go somewhere where they know what they're doing, or you're going to be one of those injury prone guys and you'll never be the same again. So she was like, you got to make kind of a decision, like, are you going to get support to go get that surgery, or, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to my parents like, yo, and they're like, yo, it's too much, it costs too much. So I basically was like, I got to find a new passion. So I never thought I was going to be like in front of you. So like I was like, I got to find a new passion. My brother-in-law, Tony, who owns this brand Shapishi, he did Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week and stuff. He happened to just have a mic at home. And my sister had a MacBook and it had GarageBand. So I'm like, yo, I gotta figure something out. So I just started like making little songs. I had made songs before that, but they were just for fun. You know, like when you're curious, like you dabble in things. Like I play guitar, all these things.
Like me and the rapping. I'm no good.
So you gonna freestyle?
No, hell no.
You gonna freestyle?
Oh, hell
so then I just kept doing it, and obviously like I fell in love with it after some time. Like it just became something I want to do every day. So for like, and I knew like when I decided that this is something I really did enjoy, I was like, okay, I got to become good at it. Like, because I feel like I was really, really good. So I was like, yo, I got to match that talent that I had with the soccer. So to do that, like literally every day from like grade 11 till like first year like of youth, like I was recording every day, like 3 songs, even if they were bad. I was recording every single day, recording, learning my voice, learning how to get better, because I knew I didn't have enough. I wouldn't have that time. I had to catch up to the people that were already on, that I felt like, okay, I got to be there and I can be there. So for me, it's like when I decide I want to be like amazing at something, like I'm gonna do it, like, because I'll put the work in, not that like it'll just come, like I know. So that's
So that's how you stop playing soccer. But I mean, at that point in time, how old are you when you get this injury?
Yeah, I think I was 19 or 18. Like 19 or 18. Like it was like my last year of high school, I think.
So what does something like that do to your mentality? I mean, it's something that you've been passionate about since you were young. You know, a lot of people have huge life-altering things happen to them when they're a lot older. And they have a lot more experience with the sucker punches of life. But you're 18, you're still trying to figure out exactly what you're going to do. Now you're literally faced with this huge, like, for life decision. Legit. So what's going through your mind? What's happening with your emotions as well?
That's such a good question. Wow, that's a really good. Like, it's crazy because I thought, like, you know, I was doing that my whole life. I was like, I'm gonna be a soccer player. I dedicated everything to the soccer thing, and then once that happens, like, what's going through my mind is just like, I basically didn't know who I was for like a good amount of time, like a good 5 months. I was like, yo, I was branding myself as this thing, you know. You have this mental idea that you're gonna become this thing, and then one day it's taken away. And like you said, like sucker punch, I was not expecting that to. I thought I'd be the last guy to get that kind of injury, and I got it. So I was literally like, I was really sad for a long time. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, every day was kind of just like the same thing. And like, you know, I believe that in life, like, you're blessed if you know what you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get to find out what you want to do, like, you're one of the lucky ones, because a lot of people don't. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really fish for that, create this thing that I now love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was almost like traumatizing, really. Like, but it was a big learning curve to tell myself that I would be able to reinvent myself. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm happy that I proved to myself. But it took a lot. It really took a lot. Like
what though? Because you know, when you hit rock bottom, there's a different part of you that you have to tap into and find to actually say, okay, you're on the floor, but like, get your ass up, you know, and get moving. So what did you draw from, and what or who were your biggest supports and inspirations to keep going?
The first thing about the rock bottom thing, like, you see, if my name like is Ason Leaux, and then the low part comes from that thing, like, it's low, like the low, rock bottom, but I wanted to spell it in a cool way, and I was like, I never want to forget that time, so I'm gonna attach it to my name. So like, I'm literally gonna like even get it tatted on me and everything, so I never forget that time. So at that moment, I'm like, yo, this is the lowest point that I'll probably, hopefully, ever be in my life. Yeah, you know, fingers crossed. So I was like, I got to turn this into my strength, you know, put it in my name, put it in my music, you know, like, adapt to it. So I drew from myself mostly, and then like the people that I was looking at was just like, I don't really have like idols and stuff, but I was just looking at people that I knew I had to try to be like, and whoever went through adversity, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of anybody. Like, it could have been anyone. Like, I don't have like one specific person that was like, oh my God, this was, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's like, my mom, like, she understood, but she didn't know how to get me out of it. She didn't know how to communicate with me, like, you know what I'm saying? And my dad's not really like the guy to be like, yo, are you okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I really had to, no one really knew how to speak to me in that time. So you get through to me. So I had to, because they didn't know what to say. How do you tell? You can't really say it's going to be okay when you yourself don't know if it's going to be okay. So it's like, I had to just get it from myself and say, yo, Ace, figure it out. Like, there's no other choice, because I knew I didn't want to be normal in life. Like, I know what I want to be, whether it was like scoring a World Cup goal or some crazy stuff, or having a lot of people screaming for my music or my art or my clothes, whatever it is. Like, I knew I didn't want to be normal, so I had to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a choice. Like, I sulked, 5 months, and then I was like, yo,
I sulked 5 months. That's a long
time. But
it's pretty quick in terms of what you were dealing with. You know what I mean? A lot of people carry a lot of stuff for years and years and years. So I hope that you feel proud of yourself for being able to get up. Yeah,
definitely proud of myself, especially like with times like now, like, where for me it's crazy because I still remember like the contrast of like me trying to just grab a random mic after school and record a song, and then now someone's actually asking me about what were you going through? Like, you know, like in retrospect, it's like you don't really. It feels special every time. It's like, okay, someone actually cares now. Yeah. Or like someone DMs me, I like your song. Oh my God, I like this. Or people say, oh, you're going to blow up and all these things. It's like, I'm glad I made the right decision because there's so many moments. Like, you know, this industry is like, one day you look like you're about to be Drake. One day it's like, you know, who are you? So it's like, the days that things are looking up are the days that I'm happy about that I made the right decision to not give up in that rock bottom time, in the lows, you know what I'm saying? Quote, you know what I'm saying? Ason Leaux, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Making Ason Leaux.
Before we get into God and My Mama.
Ason Leaux.
Do you think that you would be the man that you are today if it weren't for that injury? Do you think that you would have found your way here?
No, I probably would have. Nah. Like, it made me so strong. It made me too strong. Like, now, like, I can't, like, I can lose, but I can't lose. Like, I can lose, but I can lose the fight, but not the war or whatever. Like, I can't lose. Like, I'm too strong now. Like, so I'm glad I went through it. It taught me a lot. I feel like with, like, God, I believe in God. I feel like God made it that way for whatever I'm still gonna face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I faced there is not for anything happening now. It's probably something I can't even imagine that's gonna be in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
you ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody can get the smoke.
What? Pop smoke.
I'm gonna play you Ason, God and My Mama.
Kind of sounded like Pop Smoke though. Pop Smoke.
I'm gonna turn your mic off so I can play the song, and then we're gonna get into the 2:30 news headlines, and then we're gonna get into the second half, the thing that I'm most excited about. He has no idea what I've got in store, but we're gonna have a good time. It's just gone 24 minutes before we hit 3 o'clock. I can't believe we have to get out of here at 3 o'clock, but it's okay. It's okay. DJ Spoo's coming through with DJ Spoo live from 3 until 6 p.m. But until then, we're still doing it all for the love of the hip hop. I'm kicking it with Ason, and we're going to be doing something really fun. Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay, so I make it my job, and I make it a thing to find out things that people care about, right?
Okay.
And you are no longer a soccer player, but it's still a big part of you, am I right?
Yes.
That's why you think you're a dope FIFA player?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the truth.
I'm great.
Okay. So we are going to unpack a little bit more about you, your journey with hip hop, where we're going.
Hip hop.
By looking at the 10 principles of soccer and how they align with hip hop.
Okay.
And your life. Okay.
Right.
So first principle is possession.
That's my favorite.
Oh, okay. Wow. You've just said a lot there. Right. Back to here. So possession requires support. When an offensive team player has control of the ball, other team members should actively and unselfishly offer support to the penetrator or first attacker. Support should come from the front, back, and sides. Tell me about a part of your life in the game, in hip-hop, where you felt you had the most possession of everything that was happening to you.
Like the moment, like a precise moment, or like a timeline, or like what?
You tell me, which is the best?
Okay, I mean, I feel like the time when I had, I guess, possession control of what's going on is when things started coming together in terms of a team. I think, like that was when I felt like, okay, like I have this person that can do this, I have this person that can do that, and we're all going towards a common goal. I think that's when I felt more than anything, like I've met people and all this stuff, but I feel like the things that when you can wake up and create with certain people, and those are the people you're creating with to get to a goal, that's when, yeah, that's when I felt.
So tell me about when that happened for you. Are you talking about your current team, or are you talking about the team and the way that it's evolved?
Yeah, I think my current one, because like I said, with Sean, he shoots my videos, every video, and that was a missing piece for me, a big missing piece for me, and he did it. And then now we have Bongs and everyone else that's involved. So now is really when it's coming together, where we're all on the same page, and everybody knows what they need to do, not just to get me going, but to get everybody going. Yeah.
Who would you say is the MVP of your team? Don't say yourself.
God.
That's
God.
good.
God.
Good.
God is the...
Yes.
God.
I like that. Why?
That was a good answer.
That was a hella good answer.
That was a good answer. No media training, just good answers. I'm just good at it.
Tell me about the role that God plays in everything that happens.
I mean, it's kind of recent, like, where I really, like, tapped in. Like, I always believed, like, not, like, on a specific, like, religion kind of thing, but just, like, an overall feeling that, like, when I was alone, you know, in that rock bottom time, I kind of was like, okay, I got to find something that I can speak to or feel like I'm speaking to her, like, that got me, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the role God that she plays in my life. It's like I can, like, kind of just will things, and she helps me.
God is a woman for you?
Peace and love.
All right. Second principle. You too slick. You too slick. Where's the tequila at? Let me get some liquor in this kid. See what happens. Catch him off guard a little bit. All right. Second principle. It's a double. Support and communication. What role does support and communication play in your life?
Support communication. Well, I mean, I think in terms of a team, again, that's what's important. You need a team. You need supporters, like your fans, I guess, you know, but I'd rather call them supporters. But, like, you need those people to, like, get you to the next step, like each stepping stone, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what's, you know, important about it. Like, that's how
Are you a good communicator?
Yeah, because I'm not a perfectionist, but I don't like when things suck. So, I'll say, dude, no, like, not that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really specific on how, like, I want to look and how I want to sound and how I want to, you know what I'm saying? Not like on a diva type thing, but, like, things have to be better than whatever anyone else is putting out, in my opinion or my team's opinion. So it's like I expect them to push me and say, yo, that's not dope, and I push them. I'll for sure say, like, I don't like that. Like, yeah.
That's pretty dope. Not a lot of people have that from the bat, you know, being able to speak up and not only knowing and finding your voice, but using it as well. So that's pretty dope. Don't lose that.
Okay. Okay,
cool. Principle number 3. Yeah, I'm pointing at you. Principle number 3 is penetration. And but pause means so as far as penetration is concerned, it is the first principle of attack, behave yourself. And it means that the player's first thought should be advancing the ball down the field towards the goal and seeking out forward teammates in the goal scoring zone to pass to. How does that look in the world of Ason?
How it looks the same way as, like, with your team, you gotta team. You gotta plan on how you're gonna break through. Like, you know, there's millions of people dropping music, dropping videos, doing all these things, but it's like you gotta make a plan on how your attack is gonna work the best so you can actually score, you know, quote unquote, which is break through and make it. So that's the penetration thing. It's like, how do we get into the market in the smartest way, in the most authentic way, where I'm not, like, mad at what people think I am, and I get to be me and still, like, enjoy, and people hopefully enjoy me. So yeah.
What do you think it is about you that makes you stand out and will make people stand up and pay attention once you have broken through those barriers?
I feel like it's a lot of things, but, like, I feel the most important one, because, like, you can like someone's music, but there's artists who are, like, just people who are just liked even just for who they are, and then you end up liking their music, or you end up just supporting them even if they're not the best at what they do. So I feel like personality, and then, like, again, like, how much work I put into what I do and the talent that I'm developing in that time, you know, it grows with the work you put in. So I feel like, and my story, like, because I'm kind of from everywhere and there's a lot, and I feel like that could resonate with hopefully a lot of people if they believe that it's authentic and they can feel that. So I think that's what's going to make people like me.
We like you just
guys,
a little bit.
Please like me, guys.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Principle number 4. The fourth principle is delay. So it says the first principle of defense, which is delay, refers to the defensive team's strategy of slowing the offensive team's advance down the field. Now, delay can be accomplished by an individual player obstructing the ball's forward movement, or by attempting to constrict play into a small space. What does that mean to you right now? Delay.
I mean, am I the one defending, or are you talking about? I mean, delay. I mean, being in this is like there is certain delays with certain people don't want you to like make it. They don't want you to win. Certain people like get jealous. Certain people have like like behind the back plans. You know what I'm saying? So like that could delay you, and that could stop you, and you might not even know. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was lucky that I found out early on, and I was like, okay.
Awkward.
Yeah, so I was lucky, but like there was, and hopefully there's no more.
How do you deal with that though? I think especially in the industry that we're in, it's very personal. It's very emotional as well. When you make art, it's very, very personal. So you can't necessarily not take it personally. So how do you make it through something like that, knowing that there are people that are gunning for your demise, literally?
I put it in my music. I put it into I put it into the outcome of what I want to happen. So instead of me focusing it on that person or those people, I kind of just put it into the music, and like hopefully the success will speak for me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me letting it get to me. But like you said, it is very emotional. It is very personal. Yeah. So I won't forget. I'm not forgetting.
You shouldn't.
I won't. I'm not forgetting, but definitely it's whatever. Keep moving, make your music, make your moves, make your success, and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like negative energy will always come back to bite if you feed into it. So, yeah.
All right. So principle number 5 is concentration. And my question in line with that is, how do you stay focused? Because even what you were just talking about, those are distractions. That's how I look at those kinds of things.
What things?
Negativity, people trying to bring you down.
Yeah.
Those are distractions, especially when you have a particular vision that you're working towards. So how do you stay focused?
I stay focused by not forgetting why I started doing what I'm doing. I think that's really important. You can get lost in the sauce very quickly, and I also I'm not even gonna lie, like I look at who I don't want to be like, and then I'm like, okay, that's what they did, so I'm not gonna do that. They fed into that, or they did that. They got lost in girls or parties or whatever it is. That it can be anything for any person, right? But I'm just saying, like, I try to keep things to a minimum, and always get back to work. No matter, like, I'll give myself some leeway for fun, of course. Like that's what goes into the music. You got to live to make art. You got to live first, then you have stuff to say, you have stuff to paint. So like just not forgetting what the goal is. Like, the music, I'm here because of music, not because like I'm just me. So
alrighty. 6th principle is wits. All right, and it's an attacking principle in soccer. What does that mean to you right here, right now, in the game?
In the game, it's like, I look at it as you gotta look at how broad you can go, like how much you can spread your game, and let, like, width is basically like not making one sound. To me, it's like you can be in different areas. You can make hip-hop, pop, house, whatever it is that you make, and be good at it, like kind of how Drake does, I guess. Like he's like everywhere. His hands are kind of everywhere, and he does it well. So that's how I look at it.
So where do you draw all these different influences from?
Musically, I mean, like with my upbringing, just listening to a whole bunch of different music, but like I was just listening to like pop and like alternative rock, and then
who's your favorite pop artist?
That's a deep one. Michael Jackson's pop, right?
Yes.
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
That's probably, I would say that in the sense of like, it's not like I listen to him every day, but in terms of like timeless, made him my favorite. But like, so I was just listening to that stuff, and then my brother got me into hip hop, and then like you mix those different genres, it kind of makes you pull from everywhere. I can't name like one person or 1 or 5 artists that I only pull from, because that's not what happens.
Okay, this is very interesting. How you finding the second half?
It's very fun.
You right?
I think I'm winning this half too.
What? No.
Yes.
No.
It's 2-0 right now.
To who?
I'm winning.
I'm 1-0?
Yeah.
You wish. Never.
I'm joking.
Never. I absolutely refuse. We have to take a break because this really ain't it. I'm going to play you God mode because no.
Yes, God mode.
No, not even.
2-0.
Not, 2-0?
2-0.
Not even 2-1?
I'll give you half a go.
Half? So we need to get through 7, 8, 9, and 10, these principles of soccer and how they apply to his life and hip hop, and then he's gonna rap. Okay, so I brought one of the best people that I know, Mr. Instro. Hi, Mr. Instro. And he's going to push the buttons and he's going to oversee the whole thing because when the freestyles happen, I get so excited.
Okay.
I get really, really excited that I forget that I have to be pushing the buttons.
Who had the best freestyle?
So,
Who had the best freestyle?
There've been so many great people here.
Like freestyle?
Freestyle.
Okay.
I think the best freestyle I've had has to be Black Ace because he really spat off the top of the dome.
That's what I'm going to do.
And it was really dope because I threw words at him and he kept it going and kept it going.
Yeah, that's okay. We go do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, that's my favorite. But we'll see how you fare in comparison to Black Ace because you just Ace. He's Black Ace. So I already know. I already know how that's going to go down. Okay, quickly getting through these last principles of soccer. All right. Number 7 is mobility. The most successful teams are characterized by fluid play and mobile, agile players. When have you had to be the most fluid and not too rigid in your thinking, in your approach to your music, and in your approach to your life?
When I was figuring out like the right moves to ascend, like you got to kind of get out your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, and figure it out. Like you just got to think and make the right moves. So like that fluidity of like, okay, I'm not just this or I'm not just that, or I got to go there, or I got to shake this hand. So yeah, that's my answer. You gotta figure it out. When I had to figure it out, that's when you had to figure it out.
All right, and then balance. So a defensive team uses the principle of balance to counter the attacking team's mobility. Talk to me about balance in your life.
The balance in my life is just like we spoke about it earlier. It was like, first, not forgetting the music, but also having time for rest, like you said, taking care of yourself. So you got to have that balance because you don't want to crash. Because if you crash, then, you know what I'm saying, you miss out on a lot. So, balance is important. Rest is important. Self-care is important. But also putting in work, smart work. I believe in smart work more than hard work. Like, you can lift a finger and do more than someone who lifted like 3 boulders. I don't know.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get busy being busy, but it doesn't mean that you're being productive.
Doesn't mean being productive.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Principle number 9, improvisation. When have you had to improvise?
Every day.
Why?
Every day. Because like, I feel like before you get, like, where you want to go, like where you have like everything set out for you kind of got to make do with what you have. So you got to improvise. Like maybe you want beats from that one person or this from that one person or whatever, like you don't have everything you need at the moment, but you got to make do and improvise with it. You know what I'm saying? Until you can get everything. And then, so you got to improvise every day. If you don't think on your feet, you're going to get left behind.
When was the one time where you had to improvise, right? And you may not necessarily have believed in what you had to improvise with or on, but it worked out really well.
When I was crashing Sean's couch, that's when I really had to improvise. I was like, okay, where I'm gonna live, and then I was like, where I'm gonna record. So then he gave me his couch. And there was a room that his old roommate also had, and he let me record in there. So that's where I made all these songs. So, like, that's where I was improvising. Why
did you have to crash on his couch?
I have no crib.
What was going on that you ain't had no crib?
Man, just, life go, you know what I'm saying, man, life go, like, things happen, I didn't have a place for a little bit, and, I'm going to expand on that story a little bit, like, later, like, probably in the music, and then more on interviews, but, like, stuff happened, so it was, like, 6 months where I was just like crashing his couch, and then we were like making the music. That's when the team started coming together. Like everything to me is like recent. Like this all feels like brand new. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the music, everything is literally brand new, and it's coming together. So
Final principle: control.
Yes.
Tell me what goes through your mind when you hear control.
Control. When I hear control, it's like knowing what you're doing, being at the top of the game or knowing how you're going to get to the top of the game unscathed. You know what I'm saying? No mistakes, no funny things.
Wait, I gotta poke a hole in that. You cannot not make mistakes.
You cannot not make mistakes, but you can lessen them. You know what I'm saying? You can make you're gonna make mistakes for the things you don't know that you can't control, right? But when I say no mistakes, it's for the things we didn't have to make mistakes on. I hate those.
That I agree with.
Yeah, like I don't like dumb, like silly mistakes. I hate them so much. It's like, yo, if we can do this the right way or the good way or what, like let's do it that way. No silly mistakes. No trouble we didn't have to be in. No nothing like that. Like let's keep it, clean sheet, everything. So yeah.
We're done.
That was great. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 3-0 right now.
What?
3-0 right now.
It's not 3-0. We were just on 2-1. We were on 2-1, and then actually it's 2-1.5.
Yes, 2-1.5 right now. 2-1.5 C's.
Let me tell you something. Once you see this video, you'll see it's 3-5. Okay?
Oh,
you'll see. Once we're done with all of this.
Dang.
But anyway, it's all good. You got to rap now.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
That's what I do sometimes.
All that good that you were talking. Are you gonna put it to good use?
Let's go. Right. Real rap raw. Yeah, y'all know Super Hot Fire. Do you guys know that guy?
Ason is a mess. He thinks this is his show, but he's gonna step into the chamber and then we'll see who the real boss is.
Yes, put me in the chamber.